Okay, in this video I'm going to introduce to you the APRIS software PTSM. On the top left hand corner over here we have file. Under file we have new session, load session, save sessions, and compress to zip file, right? Or you can rename your file. Okay. Under reference over here we have units. You can set it to matrix or US. In the advanced, right? We shall use only the APR calibration and also the system initialization. Right? We'll use system initialization when you open up the software first, then you hook up the hardware. Alright, so the software needs to communicate with the hardware. Then this is where you click system initialization for it to communicate. Right? If you were to set up the hardware, alright, or connect it to your laptop, later then you on your software, there's no need for you to perform this step. Alright, this step is only required when the software is open first. Right, next over here we have on the help. On the help we will normally use this when we have projects. We will actually check the number of clicks we have. Alright, so your software is allocated this much clicks. Right, so due to the architecture of the design, alright, Telshon will continue to provide you with all these clicks. So always check for the if the value is low, alright, we'll just give you the update. Alright. So then we have this license. So for license, you need to check this in December, right? You will need to contact your distributor for the license import, import license. So we Telshon will actually note down this customer ID and generate import license so that you can extend this usage to another year. Right, so this is a company policy whereby we will actually keep renewing the license for every customer. Okay, this is to encourage a customer to keep using the hardware. Right. Next, I will go through with you when you launch your software. All right, you will see this setup. Under setup, we have mapping. Right, under mapping we have tube detection also and also tube ordering. Alright, then beside mapping there's also parameters and inspection that you need to fill in. So there's also after that, after setup, then there will be a measurement. So measurement is where you collect your data and the software will communicate with hardware for you to collect the data. After you collect data, you can actually perform a preliminary analysis. That means that on site you can check whether if there's leakage and call for a plugin. Right? So now I'm going to show you how to do mapping. So under mapping, we will click on new. So from new, we can perform mapping through rows or column or from photo. So I'll start off with rows and column. Right. So under rows and column, I have created, let's say I want to build a condenser. Now I want to delete away some tubes. Right now I'm in a rectangle mode, or I can select path. So under rectangle, I just click and highlight. Right, this will be rectangular. And you can see that the tubes have been selected. Right, by clear path, I can actually choose path. I can draw a path. Right, then I can select from path. You can see these are selected. And I can delete selection. And this will be deleted. Right. So from, let's say if I want to delete more tubes, I can do that as well. And if I want to add tubes, then I can do that through selecting add. Alright, so this is manual detection. Now next I want to perform my ordering. I can order my first tube. I can order by columns, or if I want to order by rows. Alright, So I can choose my first tube. Next, I will select the direction and order tubes. You can see that the tubes will be ordered row 1 to row 10. Alright, so this is for tube ordering. Next, say I want to order from a photograph. So I will look for the look for an image. Okay, so this is a very well taken image because the camera is pointing in the middle of the tube, and we have equal distance for the diameter. Okay, so this is one tips that you need to remember. Always put your mobile phone or your camera in the middle of the tube so that you can get equal diameter. Okay, and also set the resolution to the highest so you can have a best resolution like this. Alright, so now the first step, I shall order the tube, sorry, not order, set the region of interest. Okay, once it's done, next I will select the diameter, and I will choose the diameter in the middle of the heat exchanger, right? Because that is the most accurate diameter. Next, I will just once I'm done, I click on tube diameter again, and you can see a green tick. So now next I will click on search tube. And the software will change the color to black and white grayscale, and will start searching for the tubes. Okay, we can see that we have one tube that is not found. Alright, so what we can do is we can click on manual detection and add tube. Okay, so let's say if we want to be precise, we can zoom in and we can add tube, and placing your cursor in the middle of the tube, right, and you click. Okay, you can change the diameter as well if you want, right? So now I have done the tube. I will next perform the tube ordering. So I will click on the first row. This time I will choose serpentine. Alright, so serpentine is like an S shape, making the S. And you can see from serpentine, right, my ordering is starting on first row. So then next will be on the second row. Okay. You can see the column 1 for the third row start from here, and for row 2 it ends here. Okay. So we have all the odds on one side and even on one side. So once I have completed my tube ordering, next I will perform my parameters. So always remember, let's say your engineering drawing or your customer tell you that you have a tube of 2 meters, okay, but I do not enter 2 meters, I will enter 4 meters, I'll add 2 meters or add 1 meters to it. I'll either enter 3 meters or 4 meters. So on the safe side, I will put 4 meters. Okay. So next, my outer diameter is 25.4, right, and the thickness is 2.11. Right, so these two information is also very important. Always double check, make sure that the diameter given one is correct. Okay. Then when I click, the software will automatically tell you to use B07. Alright. So let's say if you have a YouTube, then you will change this identical geometry to no. Alright. And when that happens, what you will get is the you will need to enter the straight length of the U-tube. Okay, so let's say my straight length is 1.9 meters. Okay, and temperature is very important for APR because APR is using air as a medium. So as the air get hotter, sound get attenuated. So this will actually help the software to give it more accurate accuracy because the mathematical formula require this temperature, right? Next, I will enter the tag ID. So if you know your e-commerce serial number, you can put it in, all right? So your end customer, all this information, you can actually put it in. Inspection notes, all right? So this is for demo training. Okay. So once I have completed this, all right, what I can do is because I'm inside the office, so I can click here and I can save my session, and it will be under APRIS data, and I click OK. Okay, so once I have completed my mapping, I save my session, so I can shut down my computer, and in the next day, all right, or I'm at a hotel or somewhere, maybe in the office. Okay, I can go bring my laptop to the on-site. I launch the software. I launch. I load this session. Okay, over here I load this session, and I open the file. All right, you get this file. So then the next step for you to do is go to, once you set up your hardware, okay, the next step is to do a APR calibration. And once you have performed the APR calibration, then you can go for your measurement. Okay, so you can go for your measurement, and you can see that the first tube is highlighted in pink circle, right? And or you can select the tube you want to start, right?